Welcome back to the ticket setup series. In today's session, we're going to continue building out our service catalog, and we're going to take the knowledge base article that we've created, which is the computer is running slow knowledge article, and we are going to publish that to our Teams help menu, and then we're going to see how an end user can interact with that inside of Microsoft Teams. So in a previous part of the setup series, we've created a knowledge article, which is this my computer is running slow knowledge article. I'm currently logged into web.ticket.ai as a ticket admin named Diego. And when I travel over my service catalog, I can see that respective knowledge article. Now, technically, an end user can interact with this knowledge article right now by going over to Tikit Virtual Agent and asking a question around computer running slow issues and receive this response. But before I show how that works, I want to also make this available to our Teams help menu, and then we'll show how the end user can interact with both experiences. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go over to the settings area, and then I'm going to go over to bot configuration. And in bot configuration, this is where you edit the help menu. So we have two bots. We have Tikit and Tikit Virtual Agent. We're going to scroll down to the Virtual Agent area. And then specifically, we're going to go into the agent help card here. So what you'll see here is this is the agent help card. There is a whole setup series video on a deep dive on how to edit the help card. I'm not going to go into too much detail here. I'm just going to add the options as we're working through them. But if you do want a full deep dive, I recommend watching that particular video. Now, I want to add that knowledge article so that when someone interacts with the help menu, they can see that computer is running slow knowledge article. So what I'm simply going to do here is select where I want that to go. I'm going to click on Add button, and I'm going to choose Catalog Item. And I'm going to say computer running slow for the title. And I'm going to search my catalog here. I'm going to find the article, and I'm going to select it. Now, this phrase here is coming from the first phrase of the knowledge article's phrases that we set up for that particular knowledge article. This is also the phrase that will be sent back to the end user when they select it off of the help menu. That will make sense once you actually see it in action, but I just want to connect that the first phrase is what's going to be listed as the catalog item to show when you're selecting a knowledge article and a template. And we'll talk about templates in the next section of this particular setup series section. So I'm going to press OK here. That will add the computer is running slow article. I'll click Save here. And once I do, my help menu is now available. So what we'll now do is we'll travel over to Adele's experience here. And we will show how an end user named Adele can interact with the help menu. So I'm logged in as Adele here as an end user. She's going to be interacting with Tikit Virtual Agent. That's the end user app. And when she wants to interact with a knowledge article, there's effectively two flows or two approaches she can take in doing that. The first is conversational. So when we set up that knowledge article here, you'll see here that we have these phrases, and these phrases are going to be what's interpreted with respect to what the end user is asking. So if I were to say something like, computer is running slow, that will bring back that respective knowledge article. So you'll see that here. Now, whenever an end user receives a knowledge article, we're always going to ask them a question. Was this answer helpful? Yes or no? And this is important because this is highlighting one of the key functionalities of Tikit, which is Tikit AI deflection. So when an end user asks a question, we're interpreting the intention, we're passing it through Tikit AI, and we're providing an appropriate response. Now, if that answer isn't helpful, we're always going to provide the end user an out. So they can say no. This will let the end user travel, and this will let them create the ticket. However, if they say yes, We'll imply to them that a ticket wasn't created. We'll say, awesome, glad that helped. But the ticket actually was created. It was tagged as deflected, and you in your business can trend on the tickets that were created, but deflected from the day-to-day visibility of your operations. You can also use this information to tune your knowledge base. Now, where does this go to actually trend and see? Well, if we travel back over to Diego's side, what you'll see here is in the tickets list, if I choose status of deflected in the view dropdown, I'll see all the tickets that were created that were deflected. So the one that we just deflected was ticket 94. And you'll see here that ticket 94 was deflected, and it'll give me the reason here. You can also surface these data points inside of any of our reporting experiences, such as Excel or Power BI. Those are all out-of-the-box experiences we have. But again, this is really powerful because the idea here is that you're going to interpret what the end user is asking, try to provide them an appropriate response out of the catalog, and the underlying intention being not minimizing the amount of regular tickets being created to your day-to-day business. Now, the second path or approach that Adele can take in terms of accessing that knowledge article is via the help menu. So if I type help here, you'll see my help menu, and you'll see here that I have that knowledge article, computer running slow. Now, when I select that, you're going to see that the first thing that Adele's going to see here is that phrase. That's the first phrase of that catalog item. So the idea here is that we're training the end user to understand that in order to bring this perspective article back, these are some of the words you can use to bring that back. The end result is the same though. So Adele's going to receive the knowledge article. She's going to ask that same question, and she can decide what she wants to do from there. Well, this is where we're going to end this particular setup session video. Really hope you enjoyed it. And if you do have any questions, please email team@cyrusson.com.